morning. Welcome to Buckethead video number 4. What you're looking at is a portion of a 2-inch thick cherry slab that I bought several years ago, holding it knowing that eventually I'm going to use it somewhere along the line. Well, my normal supplier of my thinner cherry is out of inventory. I needed a little bit more to make the base for the cremation urn to mount to, and they didn't have any, so I said, you know what, I've got that 2-inch slab, so what I'm going to do, I've cut it to the length plus a little bit longer so I can clean up the ends. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a clean cut right here, and then once I get this clean straight edge cut right here, then I can take it off of, this is my taper jig, I can take it off my taper jig, then I can come back and I can cut it down to the width that I need. And then I'm also going to split this. This is 2-inch thick, so I'm going to split it so I get a 1-inch base, thick base out of it. And I'll make 2 passes. One, I'll make my blade go up as high as I can, and it won't quite go halfway through, so when I finish, I'll have to cut the last portion of it, the little centerpiece right there, on my bandsaw, and then I'll come back and I'll dress it all up, and then I'll be able to make use of it. So basically what I'm doing is I'm working to get half of this board cut away so that I can make the base for the cremation urn to mount to and give it a wider base for the whole flag and everything to stand on, so it doesn't tip as easy. So what that has done is given me a nice smooth edge all the way right here. So I've got a good smooth flat edge that I can now take this out of my tapering jig, use my rip fence, and cut it down to the width that I need. Then I can run it through my saw, both sides, and then finish it up in my bandsaw. All right, I need to predicate something to you. You may notice that I have removed my riving knife. That is not something that I recommend you ever do. I'm taking a calculated risk. I'm willing to do it because I don't have a wedge that will open that board up enough. I know my table saw, I know my capabilities, and I take all the precautions that I can, especially when I'm doing something dangerous like this. So don't do as I do, do as I say. Use your riving knife when you can. But in this instance, it's going to pinch off, and it causes me more potential to have that kick up into my face than I do having an issue without having the riving knife on there. So again, do as I say, not as I'm about to do. So here we go. Okay, what you've seen is something you really shouldn't ever do. Again, I know my saw, and I know what risks I can take and what I can't take. I was actually overworking this saw quite a bit. This is not an industrial heavy-duty table saw to take the kind of cuts that I did, but hey, we got through it, and that's what matters. So I can clean all this up now, and we got us a good base. So now I'll get it all flat and cleaned up, and I'll run it through my planer, and then we'll finish up and create the base, and then we get to create the box that we need to make for to hold the urn. So again, everything you've seen is what not to do. Okay, do as I say, not as I do. I'll be back. All right, what I'm getting ready to do is to plane this board down to the thickness, get it nice and flat. It has a little bit of a warp to it, so what I've done, I have glued it down with CA glue to the blue tape on there and on the other end, and that's got it rock solid, so I can plane it and get it nice and flat. Once I get this side nice and flat, then I'll take it off the glue, I'll flip it over, and then I'll start using this side on the base of the planer so I can get the boards flat and parallel, and then I'll bring them down to the finished size. So it's going to be very loud, very noisy, so of course I will play some music for you while it's going in. So I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm going to take it off of the tape, turn it over, and then I'll use that side as a flat side and plane the other side to be flat parallel with it. So be right back. Alright, I'm going to run 1 or 2 more passes through the planer and we should be down to the finished size. So here we go. Okay, I've got it planed down to the thickness that I want, and so now I'm going to tear down the planer, set back up on the table saw, and get it cut to the length that I want, and then probably do a little bit of routing and get the edging done on this one. So hang on, I'll be right back. Alright, the next step in the process is to go ahead and route the decorative edge on the board, and I'm going to use a Roman ogee bit, and that's going to give it a nice little elegant curve to it. So what I want to do is I want to bring it down and get it about right there, and we're going to cut that from this side to this side all the way around. And so first thing to do when you're routing end grain is you cut that first, because you have a tendency to possibly break some wood out, and if you do, then you can clean it up by going around with it this way. So let me turn on my lights. Well, light switch just came undone, so we're gonna limp through it. Here we go. Okay, I will do some sanding and cleaning up and whatnot, but hopefully you can see that. That's a nice pretty little edge that we're going to have on it. It's kind of a decorative base. So when I get through sanding it, I'll come back and show you what we got. Alright, the next step we're going to do on the base is going to be to cut a 1/8 inch round over, just to kind of dress up the bottom of it a little bit, and then I'll finish the hand sanding, and then actually this would be ready to do some finishing on, but I'll wait and do all the finishing at one time. So again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to start from here, work our way around, and this is a 1/8 inch round over bit. So here we go. I really need to find a way to get that light switch glued on better. Anyway, so now what I'll do is I'll come back and I'll sand all this smooth, and then we'll have just a small little breakover on the edge of the board, and it'll be nice and pretty and decorative. And I'll actually have some feet to the bottom of it as well. So, but I'll do that after I get all the finishing done on all this. So anyway, from a 2-inch thick slab down to about 1 1/8 or maybe 1 1/4, no, about 1 1/8 thick base. Not bad. So this is going to be a wrap for Buckethead video number 4. And again, I'd like to ask everyone to hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you get notified every time I post a video. And lastly, if you would please, I kindly ask you to share my videos and my channel with your family and friends. I greatly appreciate it. So I will see you soon in Buckethead video number 5. Thanks a lot.